So I thought that I was done with this series. I've been sharing the high grade slabs in my collection, starting off with the 9.8s. I moved on to the 9.6s, the 9.4s, and then I finished things up with the 9.2s. And I thought that I was done. But someone sent me a message and said, hey, are you going to share the 9.0s? I hadn't planned to do it, but now we're going to do it. Stay tuned to this video. Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. We are going to finish up this series, at least I think we're going to finish this thing up, where I share some of the high grade slabs in my collection. We've gone through the 9.8s and the 9.6s and the 4s, and we finished things up with the 9.2s, and now we're going to hopefully officially wrap this thing up with the 9.0s in my collection, and thankfully there were only a handful of them. I am literally a few feet from my TV where I've been watching Luke Cage, the current season. I think it's season 2. I'm on the last episode, and this episode features, of course, Misty Knight, who has been all throughout season 1 and season 2. And so the first book that I want to show actually features an appearance of Misty Knight. So I thought that was a cool way to kind of start this thing off. And that book is X-Men 121. This is actually the first full appearance of Alpha Flight. There is also an appearance again of Misty Knight and also Colleen Wing. So very cool book featuring Alpha Flight, the Canadian super team. And this is a newsstand edition. But I've had this book for quite some time. I don't actually remember when I acquired it, but it's definitely been a book that's been in my collection for some time. Very nice. All right, next up, we of course have some Spider-Man books in here like we always do. This one is from 1969. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 73. This is the first appearance of Silvermane and also Man Mountain Marco. That's a wonderful name. Man Mountain Marco. But Amazing Spider-Man number 73 by the amazing John Romita. Very cool cover. This white is a very hard one. I think I have 2 copies of this. This is by far the nicest of the 2. We continue things with a little Amazing Spider-Man. This is Amazing Spider-Man 299. This is the Venom cameo. I have several copies of this one, a couple of them raw, and then of course this one that is slabbed with off-white to white pages. This is the one that I've had since I was a kid. Don't remember when I purchased it as a kid, but definitely this has been in my collection for quite some time. Another book that has also been in my collection is this Uncanny X-Men number 266. This is the first full appearance of Gambit, and there's also a Mystique appearance in there as well. And I have 2 copies of this book. I believe the other is, I want to say maybe a 9.6, but this is a pretty nice copy as well. And then the very last book is actually one of the first books that I purchased when I started collecting again a little over a year ago. It is Amazing Adventures number 11. It is the first appearance of Beast with fur, and this is a really cool cover that is kind of hard to find in a high grade because it is a black cover. So a lot of times you have a lot of color breaking defects to the book, and then this one has a decent wrap, not the best wrap, but many of them are worse than this one. But a very nice representation. That of course is a 9.0 with white pages, and one of the few books in my collection that is actually a CBCS book. All right, so that is all of the 9s that are in my collection. I think that's what, 5 books. If you guys have not watched the other videos as part of this series, I encourage you to do so. A lot of great books were shared over the course of these last 5 videos or so. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, I encourage you to do so today. But thank you in advance for any comments that you may make on this video. And as always, I thank you for taking the time to watch. Take care and have a good one.